was hard to know who's telling the truth
What would happen if you broke a rule? Dad would hit me.
and who's not.
Did Alice ever tell you she'd been beaten? Alice lies.
And sometimes it's impossible.
We are done. No, wait.
All new Judging Amy, CBS Tuesday.
Monday, the madness hits The Late Show when Dave welcomes Antonio Banderas and Alicia from Survivor. And Wednesday, don't miss brand new stand-up from Jerry Seinfeld. Now your local news.
Straight ahead on KIMA News at 11, a Yakima man sets off a motor recall after it ruins his truck's engine. The latest on a train derailment in Iowa that kills one person. It's a device that is supposed to help conserve water. We'll take a look. Plus sports and weather. The news is next.
With over 150 hours of original shows, like Dog Eat Dog from the producer of Fear Factor, a real-life Law and Order series, Crime and Punishment, Me, My Folks, The Rerun Show, the return of Spy TV, Natasha Hemstridge and She Spies, plus the NBA Finals, the Today and Tonight Show Summer Concert Series, and more. This summer, NBC is new and different.
CBS Next. A teen lover's suicide pact ends with one death. Tuesday, Judge Amy Gray decides accident or murder.
How can you keep your promise to die?
And what happens to this boy in this house behind this door will stay with you forever. All new Judging.
We bring you this NBC Olympic moment. We marveled at her 3 gold medals as a 17-year-old swimming sensation and cheered her return in 1992. 2 gold medals in Atlanta would make Janet Evans the most successful American woman in Olympic history. Her dream takes her to the Olympics on NBC. It's 16 days and counting to America's Games, the 1996 Summer Olympics on NBC.
They drive you nuts.
Sandalwood size D? I said D-wing size B in sandal butt.
They give you grief.
Another 5 minutes, I would have rented your room out.
They just don't get it.
What?
A remarkable family, a breakthrough new hour, under one roof, premiering Tuesday, March 14th on CBS.
Stay with us for The Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight, Chevy Chase, the Jayhawks, and a whole lot more. Now, stay tuned for your local news.
Straight ahead tonight, Governor Mike Lowry visits Ellensburg to talk business, university budgets, and his future in Olympia. Also, students at YVCC rally to bring attention to possible budget cuts proposed by Lowry. We'll hear their side of the story. And layoffs at Boeing may be happening a little differently than originally believed. Those stories and more straight ahead.
Charlie McLean gave up everything to be a rodeo champ. But when tragedy strikes, he'll take in the daughters he left behind.
You're all they have, and they need you.
Will he give up his dream for a family?
This is my life.
It's not just you anymore.
Peter Strauss and Mary McDonnell, A Father's Choice, CBS.
How would you like to be remembered?
Live with Sinatra for 6 months like we did, and you'll find out. Don't miss this rare, intimate portrait of the voice at work in the studio and at play with his friends and family. Sinatra, Living with the Legend, a special edition of 48 Hours in 1 minute.
Cosby's rule number 1, no boyfriends upstairs.
Can he have women upstairs?
Sure he can, but they won't go.
Cosby, then he's the biggest guest star of the season.
Who's your favorite basketball player of all time?
Michael Jordan.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on Everybody Loves Raymond.
This time, a new jury says he's not guilty of shooting a boy to death. What was different about this new trial? Tonight, a juror talks to News Channel 2. And local police get a charge out of a new non-lethal weapon. Find out what it does that they really like.
He's Carrie Russell and Queen Diva Aretha Franklin, plus a whole lot more. The Late Show, after your local news.
Straight ahead on News 4, every time the Six Flags amusement park opens, folks in Eureka get angry. I'm Jason Whiteley. Find out why next in the live report.
Training, first your local news.
New tonight, police catch an inmate on the run. CBS 46 talks with the deputy who tracked him down. The government banned this deadly herbal supplement. So what's it doing on store shelves right here in Atlanta? A miraculous survival story. A 5-year-old alone in the wilderness after a car crash kills her mom.
Straight ahead, were the winds too strong, or is crew error to blame for a deadly ferry accident today in New York City? Plus, a teenager could face charges for an accident that killed a mother and her children, and a community is making plans to remember a family found dead inside their home.
Channel 6 News 11 at 11 starts right after tonight's winning lottery numbers.
Dave's all new with the one and only Tom Hanks, plus music from NERD and an all-new Top 10 Monday. Now your local news.
This is CBS 2 News.
Immeasurable grief tonight for 3 Long Island families after a deadly accident takes 4 young lives.
When the president starts doing things that risk...
Later on The Tonight Show, Dave chats with voluptuous country legend Dolly Parton. And of course, she'll sing too, plus comic Tom Papa. Your local news is next.
This week, you're on a date or making a speech. Are you scared to death? Anxiety. We'll show you the secrets of facing your fears. Also, Helen Hunt, Bill Paxton, and Mother Nature, stars of the movie Twister.
I'm Joan London.
And I'm Charles Gibson. And that's all coming up this week on Good Morning America.
Right now, though, stay tuned for the news.
Next on News 4, they came, they conquered, and they left with sore feet. And they made the 20th Bloomsday the biggest ever.
Also, many in the nation may believe that crime is getting worse, but once again, the numbers say absolutely not.
And what better place to crown the world's best grandmother than in Washington's capital for apple pie?
News 4 starts now.
Tune for your local news.
Next on Channel 6 News.
Of all of the motions made by the defense, I find this one the most offensive.
Accusations of targeting jurors sparks fireworks in the O.J. Simpson trial.
And it could keep violent programming out of your house permanently. We'll show you how that computer chip in your TV would work.
Plus, a patient is dead after a hospital mistake. Next.
Baltimore's #1 news at 11.
Next on News Scene 13, the leadership in the Missouri Senate will spend part of the weekend at work. Our River Development Committee has big plans for the Big Muddy, and the governor joins local students in celebration of Earth Day. News that works for you starts next.
Next, a police officer responding to a fight at a school is shot to death. We'll have a live report.
Floods and rains wash out area roads. What can we expect next? President Bush breaks his silence about a growing controversy at the White House.
And a CBS 2 exclusive, why a local pharmacy is forced to apologize to its customers. Next.
Our stories follow up tonight on handicap accessibility in Cazenovia. And Michael Jackson returns home after being found not guilty. 11 non-stop minutes start now.
They soar over our heads at outrageous speeds and cost millions of dollars. You'd think they were safe, but are they? Tonight, what was uncovered inside fighter jets that has the safety of local F-16s under fire. Plus, what you do in your spare time or just for fun could be getting Tucson some national recognition, we'll explain. And new details on Britney Spears' weekend wedding in Vegas. You won't believe who walked her down the aisle. Those stories and your first look at weather are all next on WB News, first at 9.
AMT News Channel 3's Weekend Edition will tell you the latest on the roadmap for peace in the Middle East and find out about a unique Veterans Memorial that's been across the country, now making its appearance in Iowa. Plus, you'll hear the latest about a North Iowa school bus driver that's been charged with child endangerment.
Next on the Night Beat, a breaking story east of the river. A body discovered, a tragic accident, or a deliberate act of violence. Think heroes are just in the movies? Well, think again. And David Letterman, a Whalers fan, we spoke with him tonight.
And more good news about the troops. Our news begins now.
A volatile week ends with the firing of Arkansas basketball coach Nolan Richardson. A live report from Fayetteville next on Channel 7.
Will tomorrow morning's commute be anything like today's? I'm Wendy Brockman. Tonight on WB2 News at 9, Dave Frazier has your exclusive pinpoint forecast.
Investigators hope one of these men knows what led to a triple murder at a local bowling alley. I'm Ernie Bjorkman, a live update on the investigation that's now nearly a month old.
Plus, as T-Rex takes a bite out of I-25, which commute is faster, the highway or side streets?
The results of the great race next, only on WB2 News at 9.
What? At least 100,000 child porn images are now in evidence as the case against 2 Manitou Springs brothers continues. And for the Colorado Springs Airport, maybe one step closer to having discount air carriers, we'll explain. And a shakeup at the CIA as its leader calls its quits. That's
next, lightning danger. Another bolt strikes the Columbia home tonight. If you think there's a lot of lightning in Columbia, you're right.
Gamecock football in trouble with the NCAA. Violations, 10 of them. What USC is proposing is punishment, and why that may not be enough. And when will the discovery take off, and will you be able to find Harry Potter's latest book in Columbia? Nightcast starts right now.
Next on Nightside, crowded crosswalks and busy streets creating danger in downtown Myrtle Beach.
A Mexican healing herb being sold here for a very different purpose.
And a big night.
NBC 24 News at 11. Mercy or mistake? Those for and against an assisted suicide bill take sides. And Britney Spears breaks the silence. The latest on her pregnancy. KC 24 News at 11.
Killed in a drunk driving crash. Why a father wants a local bar to pay.
Then a local man's wild diet. Eyewitness News starts now.
Ben Williams in the feel-good comedy Patch Adams, 8/7 Central, ABC Saturday.
Straight ahead, bail requests by the men associated with that bogus online charity. We'll tell you what happened next on WUTR Channel 20, 11 at 11.
And Uncut Saturday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Winona Ryder is a convicted felon caught on videotape swiping clothing. Stores are watching you too. A live report next.
Jodie Foster, the network premiere Anna and the King, ABC Saturday, 8/7 Central.
If you're planning any outdoor activities this weekend, some tips to keep it safe.
And what to expect if you'll be on the road for the holiday. Your news starts now.
Dan Aykroyd and Jim Belushi's Big Man Music. And Midnight Confessions. Your local news is next.
President Bush says he's willing to meet with Middle East leaders if there would be a chance for advancing the peace process. That story and more coming up next on News Center 1.
Monday, Dave's all new with MTV's newlyweds Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey. And later this week, don't miss Matthew Broderick, Kristen Davis, and Ashton Kutcher. Now your local news.
Just ahead on KOVR 13 News, Democrats running for president rallying up some last-minute support to win the Iowa caucuses. And an Afghan businessman living his dream in the valley gives some warmth back to his homeland. Then a Northern California man tries to get some worldwide revenge on AOL junk mail. KOVR 13 News at 11.
It's all new tonight. Now your local news.
Straight ahead on News 12, after months of preparations, Mardi Gras revelers worry about the weather. Following a call from the government, U.S. citizens are fleeing Haiti. And teen obesity has a new combatant, a drug originally used for epilepsy.
Your week is finally over for Pac fans.
The Pac was trying to reach the Elite Eight. We'll have highlights and reaction. Your news starts now.
For storms, severe weather could hit overnight. A live storm team update straight ahead. Police say this Malta man tried to make a deal for murder. The Taliban could surrender its last hope in the north before the weekend is over. And the New Madrid County Eagles battle the Platte County Pirates for the state title. It all starts now at 10.
Field. Plus, police officers will be out in full force for the holiday weekend. And you can help find missing children just by watching TV. It's time for your K2 News at 10.
We'll tell you why they haven't arrested the suspect more than a month after the assault.
And coming up, the job market for San Angelo could see improvements after the first of the year. John Thomas has that story, and we'll let you know why gasoline prices are once again on the rise. Those stories next on News 8 Live at 10.
The Spy Who Loved Me, Saturday, 8/7 Central on the ABC Bond Picture Show.
Next, why videotapes are being pulled from stores, but are you ready for the new trend in home entertainment?
And a look at the strong storms that rolled through.
Your local news is next.
There is breaking news out of the Philippines where the death toll is climbing after a hotel fire, and the controversy continues for Massachusetts acting Governor James Swift. Those stories and more is Live at 11 starts right now.